Hi, thanks for watching today's episode on PowerCouple.tv. And today's episode, I want to talk to you about pain versus pleasure. When it comes to success, a lot of times people think that they have to feel the positive light of how it feels like to be successful, or the feeling of gaining success, maybe gaining a luxury car, gaining the ability to start a nonprofit organization, or gaining the ability to be able to help a loved one when they're in need or sick. A lot of times people think that if they are motivated by the hope of gain, that that's going to drive them to be successful in their business or as an entrepreneur. But here's the reality. Some of you are really motivated by gain, and that's fine. Some of you love that positivity. That's going to drive you, right? But many of you, for some reason, that's not clicking for some reason. And what it comes down to is you're not really motivated by the hope of gain. You're actually probably motivated by the fear of loss or the pain of not being successful. And one thing that we've learned, what Van and I have learned, is that you got to get to the point in your life where the pain of not reaching your goal is greater than the hope of gaining your goal. See, nothing motivates people more than losing something, right? Actually, some people, they said, I get like a 40-60 on this, right? Or a 50-50 on this. But for me, I'm just telling you this is, I get super motivated when when I feel like I'm losing something. Let me give you an example. If you actually, let's say you walk by and you stumble upon $50 and you found it on the street, nobody was around, nobody was claiming it, and it's right there, and you actually accidentally stepped on it, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's $50 on the ground. The thing you're gonna think in your head, you're like, oh my god, this is awesome, I gained $50, right? But what would happen if you went to your bank account and $50 was missing? How would you feel? Oh my gosh, what happened? Where did the $50 go? You'd freak out. You'd probably search everywhere for it. You'd make sure that you do your research and you're inspecting where did the money get pulled out from, and you're just you're driven to determine to figure out where it went, right? All I know is this, is that there's many things in my life that I've been able to become successful at, not because I thought about the hope of gain. Yeah, I wanted a nicer house for Van and I, right? Yes, I wanted a nicer car. Yes, I wanted to be able to tithe more to our faith. Yes, I wanted to be able to help a loved one. Yes, all that stuff is very, very important, and those things definitely motivated Van and I. But I will tell you this, what motivated us more was when we found ourselves living with my mom, struggling living with her in a spare room, a 400 square foot spare room, and Van was pregnant with her second child, and Madeline was 2 years old. All three of us was in this little room, and when you got three people in a room, and all the toys, the clothes, everything is jammed into one room, it doesn't smell too good after a year, right? It stinks. That pain of knowing the fact that we weren't reaching our goal, not being able to have that independence, not being able to have that freedom, drove us like crazy. Another thing was going to family get-togethers. Oh, this drove us like crazy. Going to family get-togethers and proclaiming to our family, saying, oh yeah, we're gonna make $100,000 a year, we're gonna make $200,000 a year, we're gonna make a six-figure income, you'll see. And a few months goes by, and we proclaim some sort of hope of gain that we're gonna reach some sort of success level, and then only to find out that many months later, our family says, so how's that thing going, right? So have you reached your goal yet? And even though maybe they're just inquiring just to see how you're doing, but man, I'm telling you, the fact that we didn't reach our goal yet, and because we proclaimed it to them, that pain that we were inflicting within ourselves motivated us more than the hope of gaining that success. Just the other night, Van and I, we went to go eat over at my mom's house. And a family member was over there, and he actually told Van and I, he said, so how much money have you guys earned so far? And we've, believe us, we're doing pretty okay where we're at financially with our career in relationship marketing. And he goes on and he says, you know, my sister sells this other skincare product, and it's not relationship marketing, and you're gonna have to buy wholesale and sell retail and stuff like that, and you're probably gonna make more money. And chances are there could be a chance that Van and I could make more money doing that, maybe. But we love what we do. We're excited about the industry that we're in, and we love the company that we work with. And we told him that that we're very happy where we're at, and we're going to continue to grow what we're doing. We diversify in different ways, but we definitely don't want to thin ourselves in terms of going the route that he's saying. And he kept on saying that, look, you're probably not going to make any more money what you're doing, and you're probably capped at where you're at. You don't want to settle financially where you're at, don't you? And of course we don't, right? We don't. He's a family member. We respect him. We don't want to say anything bad. We held our tongue. But you know what? Getting in the car, I'm telling you this, Van and I have set some goals to be able to reach financially, to get to where we want to go at a higher level. Don't get me wrong. We're happy. We're thankful. We have an attitude of gratitude where we're at financially. But of course, you want to continue growing, right? You want to be able to reach the next bar in your career, right? Everyone does, right? So then I got in that car, and I could have easily just said, oh, that he hurt our feelings. But instead, while I was driving home, I was like fueled, man. I was super motivated. I'm like, yeah, I love that feeling, the feeling of that pain, knowing the fact that he believed that we were going to be stuck where we're at financially. And because we've set a goal a few months ago, many months ago actually, to get to a certain level, we haven't gotten there yet, right? I think everyone has gotten to this point where you set a goal, but you get to a certain level, but you're stuck, right? And then I was so motivated to be able to not prove him wrong, but prove ourselves that we can get to the next level. But hey, it doesn't hurt, and it's not wrong to prove someone else wrong, right? So I will tell you this: find something that is going to push your button. Find something that is going to inflict pain, and that pain has to be stronger than the pain of not reaching that goal needs to be stronger than the hope of gaining that goal. And once you figure out what that is, let that fuel you until you reach your goal. So that's actually my topic for today's episode. Very excited to be able to continue to make these videos of just sharing our thoughts and our hearts with you. And follow us on Periscope. You can follow me at follow Toan, follow Toan. That's our ID. Follow Toan, and that's my ID. And then Van's ID is Van1205. So follow us on Periscope. We will continue sharing you more content as we continue along, and we look forward to doing more episodes with you guys and sharing you guys our thoughts and our hearts. Take care, everybody.